One of the biggest weaknesses of the Xbox One platform is how it has little to no visibility in the Asian market. Xbox One doesn't receive a lot of games that release from those countries, making them de facto PlayStation 4 exclusives. Well, Microsoft is looking to kind of change that narrative as they are opening up a new Xbox Asia division dedicated to seeking partnerships, opportunities, and relationships in Japan and Asia. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Now, we all know Phil Spencer loves to take his trips to Japan, and it has been fruitful in recent years, getting some quality Japanese titles like Monster Hunter World and things of that nature, just off the top of my head. But yet, games still skip that platform, as Xbox really isn't a viable platform for the Japanese, the Chinese, and whatnot. So how do you actually try to fix that going into next generation? You have to build relationships, and you have to have a team whose purpose is to make those relationships strong, to convince those developers and companies to want to put their games on your platform. And that's what Microsoft is trying to do here. Now, this comes from job postings on Microsoft's career page, which I'll have linked in the description so you can read it for yourself. But according to the job descriptions, the purpose of this new regional team is to close agreements with potential partners. Yes, right? PlayStation has all these Japanese games coming to their system because, well, it's a worldwide brand and it sells incredibly well in the Asian markets. Persona, Yakuza, just to name a few. Some of those games, while a lot of people would classify them as niche, they definitely have a dedicated fan base that follows those franchises around and buys them. I think Persona hit 2 million, Yakuza's a big franchise. And it hurts Xbox not to have those games on the platform, even though people will rail against it, right? And call those games Jap crap, which is absolutely ludicrous. You want more games for your platform, even if you aren't interested in them. So the fact when people talk about that and use racial slurs and talk down about those Japanese games, I really get pissed off, because as an Xbox fan, I want the platform to be better, I want it to be more vibrant, I want it to be more diverse. And one of those ways to get that is by opening up the platform and getting all those Japanese games. So sometimes it is very disappointing to see my fellow Xbox fans talk down about Japanese games. You know, I played one earlier this year, Nier Automata, was on PlayStation 4 last year. Great game that people should experience, and the fact that a lot of Xbox fans out there thumb their noses at Japanese games is, you know, kind of pisses me off to a certain degree. But that's just kind of a little rant there, and I wanted to move on to talk about what this team is actually going to do moving forward. So it says, the Microsoft Global Gaming Partnership and Development Team, the GGPD, is looking for a knowledgeable, experienced, and energetic leader to lead partnership and business development in Japan, China, and South Korea to make Microsoft the global leader in gaming. Some little choice quotes here from the job description reads, as a leader across the Asia region, you will work with other business development leads, finance, and legal teams to source, develop, and manage key partnerships to support Microsoft's strategic gaming initiatives, including Xbox One, Mixer, Game Pass, and Gaming Cloud. You will collaborate closely with engineering and marketing teams and lead local resources to advance the Microsoft presence in these key markets. You will also be asked to assist in creating strategies for new gaming-related services and/or business models that will drive revenue and user growth across all gaming platforms, including but not limited to subscriptions, streaming, and mobile. And they have a whole bunch of other things here, but I'll have it linked in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. Now, I think this is great. I think beefing up your presence is in Japan and trying to get more games from that region is nothing but a good thing. And yes, I agree. I know a lot of people will say in the comments section they should have done this years ago. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. But the past is the past. There's no point crying about it. It's done and over with. They should have done it. They didn't do it. Whatever the reasons were, who knows? But going forward, the future is important. And getting those developers into the Xbox fold, getting those games onto the platform is important. Just as important, well, maybe less as important as Microsoft building its first-party studio. You know, just from a console war perspective, PlayStation getting all those Japanese and Asia type games as de facto exclusives hurts the Xbox brand, because if you're a gamer interested in those type of experiences, there's only one platform for you, and that's the PlayStation. So Xbox needs those games to kind of convince those gamers, hey, Xbox is a viable platform when it comes to some of those experiences. You know, they need to do this. There's no question in my mind. It has to be done. Now, interestingly enough, you know, Japan is very much on the mobile train, and they talk in the job description here about the Xbox Gaming Cloud. We know that Japanese games particularly don't sell well on Xbox, which is one of the reasons why we don't get a lot of those titles. Makes sense. If the developer doesn't feel like it's worth their time and money porting their game to Xbox, they're not going to do it. Business sense. But Microsoft is trying, with their gaming cloud, to offer up a solution where you can have access to 2 billion gamers. We've heard that from Phil Spencer and the team working on the Project X Cloud, that they are looking to target 2 billion gamers. And the Japanese and the Asian markets are big into mobile, and that's going to really speak to them. They probably won't be buying Xbox consoles over there, but they are very much a mobile-focused region. So Microsoft going over there and selling them the idea of like, hey, you can stream the game, put the game on the platform, we can reach all these gamers across the world, that could be very enticing for a lot of developers. And the only way to do that is if you hire a team from that region, have them there all the time, because Phil Spencer isn't in Japan. You know, he's here based in Resman. He can only do so much. He can only take the trip over to Japan and talk to those studios, you know, a month or two out of the year. So they need a dedicated crew of people that know that region, that know the culture, that know the business, that will have Xbox's best interest in mind clearly, and will try to convince those developers in that region to make games, put their games on the platform. And that's exactly what I think this thing is all about. I don't think we'll see games being made from this division, as this team isn't something like that. But it's a team built to try to convince and close partnership deals with the Asian community. So just another thing of Microsoft gearing up for what is going to be a huge battle next generation. You know, they have the 7 new studios, they have the X Cloud. Now they're trying to at least put a really good effort into getting Japanese and Asian support for their next system. Will that work out? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know, but you have to try. Just like they tried in the 360 era, making Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon and really catering to the Japanese crowd to see, hey, maybe we can change people's minds here after, you know, the original Xbox was kind of discarded. They have to try. And I'm really happy to see that they are doing just that. I'm happy to see that there's going to be a team there looking to close deals and bring those Japanese and Asian games to Xbox by kind of leveraging the mobile aspect, the Project X Cloud. Because I'm for more games on my platform of choice, the Xbox One. I'm not for less games. So I just wanted to say that. Anyways, guys, that is the video for now. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the notification bell if you always want to be notified when I drop new content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.